Boston Sports Podcast, and this is the earliest podcast we have ever done. As you can tell by how tired I am and how late this is starting. Uh, let's hope the Patriots aren't as tired as I am with the jet lag and everything. Dad, how do you feel about this game where in the title I have the Battle of the Stupids again, right? We faced the Dolphins. We're like, who's going to suck the most? And we showed them. Is this going to happen again? Are we going to suck the most at, or did something major change? What do you got?
Yeah, you gonna be okay for this show? Okay.
Yeah.
Partying the disco last night till 4 a.m. or something
Building
like that.
stuff.
I mean,
Building
look at
stuff
you.
at the new house. Wife's birthday
Yeah,
today too.
that's true. So anyway, um, yeah, Battle of the Sucks is right, but Drake May, we saw him last week
The X
against,
Factor.
wh- yeah, what is possibly the best defense in the league, and you know, he fared pretty well. I couldn't believe I heard a lot of criticism about his play. Like, well, I'm not grading him on a curve and blah blah blah. Yeah, well, how do you have to? He's a rookie in his first damn game playing against one of the best defenses in the league. Like, you have to take that into account. I don't understand like people being ridiculous. Like, oh, he had this. Yeah, of course he made some mistakes. Look at the circumstances. Guy was running for his life the whole game as well. Was getting crushed the whole game. He got receivers that can't get open or catch the
Yeah.
ball. So, but otherwise, but today is a different story, folks. Today they are playing the worst passing defense in the league, and you know he got his feet wet last week. First start under the belt, doesn't have the pressure of being directly in front of the home crowd. It's kind of a
Yep.
neutral site, should be kind of on the quiet side at this place. And I'm hoping for big things today. Patriots are somehow a 5.5 point underdog. I'm not saying bet
That's
them,
huge, right? I was
because I'm
shocked
no
by that.
bet it. Yeah, but that feels weird to me considering how bad the Jags are.
Morning,
So
Tim. By the way,
this is
one second.
the
Are
morning,
we are,
Tim.
are we are we off Frank the Tank? This is a crucial matchup for the first pick if we want it. This is a great question, Dad. I think this is the most important question of the day, right?
Mm, yeah.
How devastating is a win today in the long term after the loss last week? After you see how many pieces this team is actually missing, right? This is a hard question as a fan who's super excited about Drake May. What do you think the answer is to this question?
It's if they win today, the Patriots, it is a huge blow to the tank commander, the
Massive.
tankathon. It's because, you need Jacksonville to get wins too. They're 1-5, but I I feel like we're in a win-win situation today. I mean, if the Patriots lose, they're in great, they're really solidifying that draft position next year. But if they win, I mean, it'd be great to see May get his first win, perform well, and start building that core again, with possibly hopefully younger other players. Hopefully Polk turns his game around. He was terrible last week. It'd be nice to see him starting to build some chemistry. Like Pop Douglas built some chemistry with May last
Oh,
week.
big time.
It'd be nice to see him building. Like, let's start building a little bit, even if it sacrifices our draft position a little. Eh, And again, this schedule is not hard. I I don't if May is who we hope he is, we're not going to lose as many games as people think we're going to get that first position. We're just not going to. But we can still get a good left tackle. We're like number 10 to 15. So that is possible as well. But yeah, it would be the tank commander, Tim. It would be a devastating blow for the Patriots to win today. But I don't know. I want to put the tankathon in neutral. If the Patriots win today and they can pull up an offset against Aaron Rodgers next week, I'm not ready to
So
give up. Their schedule is so bad.
so here's what I want to see today. I want to see a statement win. If we don't beat this team by 3 scores, right? That's
Mm.
17 points. Somewhere over 14 points, I would say. I don't want to win this game. I do not want to win this game on a last second field goal. I do not want to win this game on a final drive, game winning drive. I want to see this team turn a corner and say we are above this level of opponent, right? Let's not squeak this one out. This is a game we should win, I think, handily, right? So that would be my answer, Tim. Um, I think the
I
tank is
like that
still
take.
on. I think the tank is still on. Let's 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 not work too hard to win this game. Let's crush them. Let's crush them. Let's not win the margins. Let's freaking smoke this team. This team sucks. The Jaguars suck. Lawrence is, I think, um, having a really tough time. They don't have a great defense at all, like my dad said. We need to crush this team. So I want to touch on one
I
thing.
like that.
All right.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
Drake May, that first game, right? I think at this point, some Patriots fans could actually memorize what Drake May did for the Patriots last game, right? I think he has more touchdown passes than Jacoby this season already. I think he almost has more passing yards, really, if especially if you don't count junk yards, right, Dad? Um,
Yep.
One of the biggest things is comparing his first game to the other quarterbacks' first games, right? So, Caleb Williams, right? He had 93 passing yards, zero touchdowns, zero interceptions, 15 rushing yards, right? And that was against a Tennessee Titans team, which has a pretty good defense, but nothing crazy, right? Then you have Bo Nix. Bo Nix had 138 passing yards and two interceptions against Seattle. And it would have been great if we had, Drake May in from the start of the season. We could have seen him against a comparable, team. But of course that didn't happen. The other one that's kind of hard to grade is Jaden Daniels. So Jaden Daniels went for 184 yards uh, passing, no touchdown, no interceptions, but he did run for 88 and he had two touchdowns. So I would say Drake May had a better game than at a minimum Caleb Williams and Bo Nix. Um, he arguably, I think, had a better game than than uh, Jaden Daniels because he himself also had 38 rushing yards. And Dad, first interception, 100% on him, right? Second interception, what percentage of that tip ball do you think is on Drake May?
Oh, I give that 0. The
Zero
left
percent.
tackle didn't the 0
Okay.
the left tackle didn't cut block the guy like he was supposed to. The guy was able to jump up, tip the ball. I am not crazy about that play design by Alex Van Pelt. Like that is just not a great. I mean, you need a perfect cut block there, and you need to hope that the corner, they're not playing zone and the corner can jump that route out in the flat. I don't put any stock into May's fault there and whatsoever on that interception. And I like that take, Matt. I kind of take mine back. I don't want to see a Patriots win if it's a slog and May is struggling and we just
Eke it
suck a
out.
little less
Yep.
than them. Yeah, we lose. Yeah, I want a Patriot win if May is like lighting them up like he should. Worst defense in the league. Oh, like I hope he is. He's still a second game. And yeah, because that is kind of demoralizing. We win just a crap fest game and we hurt our draft position for it. So I like it. Absolutely
Yep.
like that take, Matt.
Nice.
But
Nice.
yeah. So one thing I want to touch on, and maybe I'll go over it more when we have time in the post game, is what maybe you can remind me, Matt, if I forget. I I want I want to I want to make a statement on where I want to see the Patriots go from here because you know we're starting to become a joke really bad with the way
Starting.
Kraft and Belichick. I mean, listen, we were already trending down. There's no doubt about that. But I mean, we're really starting to become a legitimate laughing stock, and I want to see things change going forward. I want to see them get over Belichick, move on from that, and I made a point a while back about I want Kraft to start making hard decisions. And if he can't do it, if he's too nice to do it, again, relinquish the team to your son. That way your son can start over and go, listen, my dad was great. He was the greatest owner of all time, in my opinion, but I'm running the show now. And, you know, I
What's
have a different
what's that
vision than
tough
my
decision,
dad
Dad?
did.
What's one of the tough decisions off the top of your head, real quick?
Well, first of all, they got to turn the page from Belichick completely. We're not talking about that anymore. Yep, he did run the team into the ground, and he was terrible, and he is responsible for the roster. Absolutely terrible. And the others are pretty simple. Say, hey, Everyone's fighting for their job for the rest of the season. Everybody is. Mayo, I listen. No,
Yeah.
Mayo, the coach is fighting for his job. All the coaches under him are. Elliot Wolf, from what I've seen so far, is definitely fighting for his job because it doesn't make any difference, Matt, to make those changes now. It's too late. The season's already almost freaking halfway over. But put everyone on notice and let everyone know nobody's safe and simply keep it at the end. From now on, we're not involving Kraft. We're not involving Belichick. We're not involving Brady either. No more Brady. No more Belichick. We're gonna start really building from the ground up because
Yeah.
this foundation that I was hoping we were building at this point of the season is not taking place. And a lot of it has to do with the disconnect between Mayo and his coaches, Wolf's decisions, Kraft now not focusing on the damn team, focusing on others' crap like that. So I mean, maybe we can bring this up again in the post game.
Yeah, no,
If
I
we
think
lose
I think one
again
of the
and with
scariest parts,
Kraft.
Dad, one of the scariest parts about this, and this is where Pete I think is right, is the cheapness of it. We don't know what Mayo's contract is, and I
Yep.
think that's kind of abnormal for coaches because we almost always know what a coach makes. So we don't know how much Kraft is on the line if he does get rid of Mayo. How deep did he dig his heels in here? But I'm wondering if Mayo just stays here because again, Kraft does not like dead money. He does not like wasted money. He likes taking advantage of other people's wasted money. These are all things we'd like
That
to
has to
see.
go.
Can definitely talk
Yeah.
about later. We'll
That
see
has
if
to
I'll be
stop.
here. It is my wife's birthday, so again, I'm gonna probably be focusing on her. Maybe the Oval doesn't have old pregame by himself. They're in Wembley. I think they deferred the toss. That means we get an early dose of Drake May. So everybody get out there. And you're right, Tim. Hopefully we see not as many overthrown balls. There were a few last week. Not even just the interception. There were a few easy ones that he should have that he's shown us in his tape he can do. So hopefully those
Oh
jitters are
yeah.
done. And one thing I will say that's unfair is this Jaguars team has been in London for the entire week. They played last week in London, and then we now have to
Hmm.
face them again in London. So that is kind of weird from a jet lag perspective, but we'll see how it goes. Hope
Yeah.
everybody has a
All
great
right.
game.